Maybe because that wasn't on there. I have a new horse today.
What was that?
A noisy guy.
Why is your bonnet working?
Just don't get it. The other one says line in mode. This one doesn't say anything. I'm gonna quit playing with it, but alright. I'm over it. I'll just get the information. I'm over it. I don't know why it doesn't want to cooperate, but it doesn't. So I have to just listen to one that's not
line in mode.
Not quite as loud. That one works. Okay. So the puzzle I did with passion. It was a good one. It was hard. It was harder than I think I thought it was going to be. So. I like her energy. She doesn't, even when she's kind of stressed, she doesn't stress. You know what? I'll do it so it's so visually. So I'm waiting to hear back from the girl that, my old student that's coming. If she's willing to do it that weekend, I want to do it on the 12th. But I've already got people asking. Yeah. But I don't want to answer until I know for sure what the date is, because why give her any information? I decided, you know what I need? I need to have a whiteboard with me, like even if it's a small one. Because a lot of times I'll design a puzzle, and by the time I'm ready to tell you what it is, I've forgotten. But I like, especially as it became more complicated, actually. Oh boy. set it up exactly the same so that way I don't say something wrong. Okay, make sure that we're in the... Oh no, it was okay. I do have an extra one. Make sure everything's in there. What are you doing, mister? Huh? Good job, baby. Oh boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay.
He really wants us to get off the road.
Oh, he was doing everything you told him to do.
He did.
So this puzzle, your space is in here. You're not allowed to go on the other side of any of this.
Okay.
Okay? You have to send him out and around that block. These ones he's not going to go sideways over. The one he would go sideways over is just the mat.
Okay.
He has to go out and around this block. As we did it this morning, I found where the trouble parts were, but I'm going to see what you do before I tell you how we fixed it when it went wrong with Ashlyn. Just in case it doesn't go wrong with you, there's no sense in going through all that detail.
All right.
He's going to go out and around that one, come in through here. You're going to give him space between, so he's going to cross between you and here. Okay? So, like, he's going to use the space. You're going to get out of his way. And you're going to send him back through. You don't go with him. He leaves you.
So he comes in through here
Mm-hmm.
and through that one.
Yep, so he's going to serpentine, basically. But he has to believe that he's being told he's leaving you.
Okay.
Then he's going to come out and around this one.
All right.
Then he's going to stop, side past that one.
Sounds easy, but I know it isn't.
It took an hour, and we got 2 good ones.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that you won't get a good one. You know, different horse, different student, but
Right. Okay.
there were some pretty, once they became trouble spots, it made sense that they were trouble spots.
He starts nose that way around.
Yeah, so together you're in here,
Yep.
and then you tell him, I need you to go out and around that one.
Okay.
And then I need you to come in, and then I need you to go around that one out, away, and then out and around that one, and then side past that. It may be easy for you. You blast right through the puzzle sometimes. Good job. So, this time,
Why does he look so mad, though?
I don't look bad.
Okay.
He just looks like an old man who was told to take his dishes in the kitchen.
No.
He's coming sideways to you. You're okay, buddy. He's like, what? Do I believe him? So what I would do is I would reach up and give him a rub so he knows that he's done. Because that's all that's happening is he's thinking there's more. Because you're just standing there and he's feeling kind of that stare. So he's like, why am I not being released from this? So once you touch him, it tells him he's released. Okay, so let's see if we can do it where he doesn't hit any of the blocks, where he fully understands going.
That part is still, it's still iffy.
Well, all it is it's a matter of choosing. If you've chosen the first big tree and he hits the block, then choose a tree further away.
Okay.
Right? So you're going to change your focus and where you're sending him to. And one of the things that I did with Ashlyn was, I know it sounds stupid to have, like, what I'm going to tell you, the conversation you want to have with your horse, but it actually means something to do it that way. So what you want to do is you want to be like, hey, I need you to go over to that tree. And then as they go, they're going to feel the need to go this way. And you can say, oh, you know what? I need you to come back over here. So this way, they're not already anticipating. You could say, hey, I just didn't clean this up, but we need to work in this space. So don't worry about these things, because otherwise they see them and they go, I wonder what I'm going to be doing with these, and then they start to incorporate their own ideas.
Okay.
But if you tell him, hey, these mean nothing, go over to that tree, and then you say, oh yeah, but you know what? Actually, I do need you to go around this one, and then you say, I need you to come to me. And then you're going to use a turn signal to get him spun back around instead of leading him, or I don't remember what you did, but you're going to do it a little bit more like
the signal.
Yeah, communicating more without so much hand holding. So then you're going to, when you say come to me, you're not going to tell him anything else but come to me. They go, you know what? I need you to go back out.
Okay.
Right? And when they feel that it's kind of moment to moment, it's a little bit, and where they're being almost tricked to not assume anything, then you can kind of help erase some of the assumptions that they make.
Okay.
By giving, but it really has to be where you're making him think that you said go that way. You have to feel like you said go that way. It can't be like, yeah, I'm gonna pretend like you're gonna go that way, but I still need it. Like, you can't have your brain there. Is what I'm trying to.
Now, I'm starting to feel confused with where the rope should. So right now, if I'm sending him that way, it should be in my left hand.
Yes. Yeah. So you're going to send him. One of the things that was happening with Ashlyn was Yankee had decided he knew what to do with that one. So no matter what she did, he came ready to side pass us or something. Right? So he did kind of that, but he didn't have side pass in the mind on this yet. Now that we've incorporated sideways and he knows we're going to use it, he may this time. But so what we had to do, because that's just based on your asking questions about the hand and the rope, we had to send him around. When she drew him back, she changed hands. After she sent him around, she changed hands, so that way if she needed to, she can say, go to the clothesline. So he could get a straighter in, because he was coming like this.
But then to send him back this way,
send him back,
I would
so
have to change again, right?
Yeah, you would change again to do the turn signal,
Right.
because then he's going to go through
Okay.
and out and around, so you can keep it. Actually, you can keep it the same for the rest of the whole puzzle.
Okay.
Good. See how he seems to believe he's going somewhere totally different? Good? Yeah, you don't have a problem with that piece. So use your hand more than the rope when you're directing his nose. Make sure your body's inviting. There you go. Good? That's what Yankee's like. I know this part. Good boy. Nice. There was one point where Ashlyn got these. We were really struggling with these turns, and she I was like celebrating, right? But we didn't do that last piece. And Yankee's like,
You forgot something.
Yeah, like we need to do this part. It's funny.
They know. I'm telling you, they are smart. Let me fix this.
Okay. Now, were you happy with that? I can build a new puzzle. This he did not understand.
No,
He almost felt like you were telling him to go either to those poles or to that barrel. He did not have a full understanding that he was to bend kind of back this way.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I would like to get this down.
But what I want you to do is I want you to use your hand to fan his nose. So when he's coming through, fan his nose.
Okay.
And then so you're going to move with him because you have to get in a position. So once you've got his nose, then you can give, if you have to give rope energy, then you could give rope energy on the shoulder.
Okay, but not.
Yeah, because you were using it to direct it.
Yes, and I would rather
Not
just because there's always that risk.
that we're going to hit him in the face with the rope. I'd rather not run that risk.
Okay.
And this is just as effective.
All right.
There, good, good, because he did not follow instructions if he had them. Good. Now, I'm going to tell you why he hesitated there. So why he hesitated here? You don't have the muscle memory to remember what you were doing. But when he got this turn,
I bend this way first,
mm-hmm.
and then what did I do? I pointed.
Mm-hmm. Sort of.
Yeah, because I was trying to remember, like, where am I supposed to be pointing? I'm not supposed to be pointing to there. I'm supposed to be pointing up here.
So what you did?
No. Hey, stop.
This hand.
Thank you.
The reason he hesitated was because this hand was pointing, but.
So he's like, do I back up?
He's like, do I go slow? Do I go fast? What do I do? Yeah. So he was asking questions. He's like, there's something else in this communication that doesn't make sense. So that's why
I realized I did that. Okay. Good job.
Yes. Good, good. Good boy. Good boy. So one of the things I'm not taking him to take him.
Sure.
I'm going to show you something.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to try to get you to do is when you want to shorten your line, instead of climbing up the line like this,
Okay.
I want you to run your hand up.
Okay.
It's much smoother, and it doesn't give them anything else.
I was wondering how I would do this.
Yeah, so anytime, like, if you wanted to, like, shorten it up, you just run your hand up the line, or run your hand up the line. You kind of pull it through. You're okay, I'm confusing you. Isn't that, like, that's a perfect example right there.
I'm just going to side pass over that.
Well, hello there. Let's play with your lips. I like your lips played with. Yeah, Cowboy did too. You know, the black and white guy, he liked that too.
Okay. I'll have to. That's something I need to work on.
Yeah, because you do it every time. I
do.
watched and I'm thinking maybe it was just one time. And then even when you were asking him to come in, instead of just taking it as, like literally take it, throw it, you know, as he's coming in, as he just, yeah, yep.
Yeah. Okay. 'Cause
Instead
that way
of,
it doesn't move that.
yeah, because instead of climbing, you know, and I think climbing it gives you way too much to do. I feel
Right.
because you're having to focus on what both your, I mean, not that you're not having to focus on what both your hands are doing, but truly only one hand's really doing anything. But
Okay.
there you're really, you know, hand over hand
Okay.
or hand under hand.
He's doing such a good job.
Hmm.
All right. Shall we do it again?
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
See, I gotta make hard ones for you.
Oh, don't make it too hard.
That's because my creative brain can't keep up.
I do like the ones where we have to go either serpentine, figure eight. I like incorporating that because that's where I struggle. That's where he struggles sometimes. He's got the side. I mean, he'll side pass all day long.
Right, right. You can almost just suggest it, and he just goes, "Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that."
He says, "You want me to come push that for you?"
Yeah, right. My brain hasn't really come up with anything, but I know I'm gonna want to use this. What I like about using things like this for horses like him is that he already has preconceived idea what he's supposed to do with it.
Yes.
Just like the mounting block. I like to use a mounting block to say, yeah, I know you know what it usually means, but it doesn't mean that right now. Um,
And backing. Backing with him is a big thing.
we ever asked him to back through poles from scratch?
I don't think so.
Like where he doesn't know that's what we're trying to get him to do?
I don't think so.
No.
You want me to get to it out? I think I'm going to get the PVC.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. These things.
They're easier to move around. They last.
Well, they were like pole bending.
Yeah, yeah.
I try to get him to do stuff like that only because I think it's good for him to bend
Mhm.
his body. He looks so good. I just see him. I look at him at the office window and I'm like, he looks great for
Very.
his age and going into wisdom.
Good,
Good grain.
like our grain. Good grain. Yes, we do.
He does get some alfalfa, but I don't do that every day.
Oh yeah, and I'm getting dewy gelded, so the guy happened to mention Seth happened to mention straw. I'm like, you know, I already was thinking I need to get straw, but I was like, oh, you have straw? I didn't know where I was gonna get it from.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, at the other farm or whatever. And I'm like, cool. And if I like it the way he described it, it might be better than bedding, because the chopper that they have chops it up much finer than you expect. And he says he loves it for the cows and for the chickens because it's easy to work with. For straw, normally, then shavings, yeah. Because he told me it's going to be $4 a bag, or $4 a bale. So if I like it better, and that fluffs up, even if you used a whole bale, which you wouldn't, in a stall. Compare fill a stall. I would use one bale of water.
Some of that, mix it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I would probably mix it mainly because I can't stand the way straw smells with urine. Can't stand that smell. I mean, And like all the raced horses, usually they use that because the mushroom farmers will take your manure if you use straw. They won't take your manure if you use shavings. Okay, wait, I'm going to do a whole stretching. Give him something we know he'll like to do. Okay, so we got the sideways down, so we don't need to incorporate sideways.
Yeah, he told you that already.
But, so, you stand in the middle. He has to back through there. He has to go around that barrel, stop, back up, go back around the barrel. Okay? And then he has to figure eight these two, where he comes out to this one. So, wait.
Well, if he backs around his barrel, his nose then would be this way.
Yeah. So then we'll send him between these two. He could go out and around that one. They go in, and then when he comes out of that, we're going to tell him to knock that over.
Okay. All right, cool.
Oh, too bad you don't have a bunch of barrels. That would be fun. I just thought of something else that would be fun to do. So now, what I like about him is that he does have a lot of good trust when you tell him what to do. But this is what they do. His fear of going in there is what I expected. It's what all horses do. And this is a test of their belief in your leadership. Because he does not necessarily believe, those poles are there. Once they finally commit to putting their hind feet in there, they have no problem backing up. It's just getting them in there. Now he shouldn't have any trouble at all. Good. Yeah, good. Yep, yep, good. Okay, now you gotta tell him he's gotta knock that block over. Try to do it without being that close to it. I want you to just communicate.
Push it. Yes, push it.
Good boy.
Good job. All right, this I will scratch you for. Good job, buddy.
And it would be fun, maybe even one of the time. But see, I don't like to bring up people's stress levels, but it would be fun if one of the times we did have, like Heather has a horse of have a horse of your own, and like say Marin or somebody, come and actually do like a timed event. Have a bunch of
I would love it.
puzzles set up. Okay.
The bagging through things, I think is something we need to work on, but he did it after a couple,
No, he
attempts.
didn't. He didn't have as near as much trouble, which is a good sign of how much he likes to. That he is willing to listen to you, because
A lot of us, I did that as the first
thing one of the first things I did with Ashlyn and Heather, and neither of their horse was like, oh no, you don't know that's there, and like everything in their power, that way, that way, that way, that way.
anyway, but
Yeah, had no interest in trying to put their feet in there. And then once their feet, and every horse is the same, once their feet clear the path, boom, they don't have any trouble continuing backwards. It's getting into the puzzle that they have trouble with.
I think the other thing that's improving with him, um, he has a tendency to take over.
Yeah, no, he seems to be waiting for instructions today.
Yeah, but now he is. I think the last couple of times we worked with him, it's
Yeah,
like he is waiting now.
yeah, he believes that there's going to be an answer, and he's
Yeah,
not just expected to figure it out.
exactly.
I'll give you a fun one to do.
Okay, that was fun.
Okay.
Good job, Ronnie. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, isn't that funny? Huh.
That's not a Rio.
Oh boy.
Oh, he'll actually like it. Okay, back him through that again.
Okay.
Invite him to where his rib cage is even with this,
Okay.
and ask him to side pass and knock it over. Once he knocks,
Okay. Oh my. Let's see if we can do this. Back. Back. What's up, buddy? Back.
and then he can
Back.
knock this over with his nose next time as like a celebratory
Back.
thing. He's like, now that I learned this, I want to do this all the time. Told you, when they learn how to go sideways towards you, it's like the greatest thing they ever learned. Good boy. Try to stay a little bit more out of his space so he can see you a little bit better. Good. 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 Good catch. And not with your nose. Not with your nose.
Don't cry from here.
Not with your nose. Not with your nose. It's nothing to do with.
With that.
Nothing to do with your nose.
Not yet, okay? Not yet.
There's a whole other.
Way to do it. Step up.
Pro-
Step up.
Not with his nose. Not with his nose. Tail, 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 tail. So it's another trust thing. Good. Tail, tail. There you go. Good. Good. Nice pause because that helps him know it was the right thing. Good boy. Good boy. Good. So there's where I would have paused to say, man, that was a huge effort he just made, and he's been confused enough. I would have paused to say, you're right. That's all we're doing. Yeah, it's okay. He's just scared that he doesn't understand. Good. I'd pause him right there. Good boy. Good boy. Yep. He's intrigued though.
He's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Let's try this. You can do it.
You can do it, buddy.
You can do it.
Good.
Good job. What you got to do is step up. Step up. Step up. Okay, that was my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't think he can get over that, can he?
No, he's gonna knock it down.
Oh, he has to knock that one down too.
Yeah. It's like them too. You can.
I don't think it has room to go over.
Good boy. Good boy. You try so hard.
He's trying so hard.
Good boy.
All right, step up. Step up. Okay. Yep. Yep. Good job. Step up. Step up. Step up. Ooh. Let's go back the other way.
Good boy.
I didn't want to get it.
No, I get it. Good boy.
He kind of was trying to figure out the concept.
Yeah, he understood. He's like, I think I gotta knock this over. That's why he kept hitting it with his shoulder, like his neck.
That was pretty cool.
But I want to see if we can get him to knock it over with his rib cage.
Okay.
So we figured out how to get it to fall over kind of with his neck and even finished it with his nose.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get him to stand parallel.
He knocked it over with his neck.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Good job, bud.
And if you keep him going, he should be able to knock them both over at the same time. Good boy. Yep. Up. He's not going to be able to knock it in the same direction.
This one he doesn't like to knock over for some reason.
Because it's just short enough that he's wondering if he's being asked to go over it. And you can't do it with his shoulder because it won't fall over if he's kind of on it with his front legs. So it has to be his ribs or his belly that knocks it over. Mm-hmm. Look at him lean.
There you go.
Good boy. Look how careful he actually is with his feet. Good boy.
He's trying so hard.
I know, right?
We are humans. Why do you want to do this stuff?
Because it's fun.
It is fun. Oh. I'm gonna have to do stuff like that. This is fun. Now, when I do things like this with him, should I try it the other way as well? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could stack them the other side up because they are more stable with the flat end down.
Okay.
So they might flip off easier. They might knock down because they're rounded on this end.
Yeah.
I always put them upside down like that because I'm usually putting a camera on top.
Yes.
So it's more stable.
Okay.
Okay. So he has to back through the two poles, out and around this one like the figure 8, go back through all the way out and around this one, back through, straight through the poles towards you.
Okay.
Good boy. So I made that tighter too. So you have to be more precise about where his feet are. Good boy. He realizes it's tighter too. Okay. He knows it's tighter too. Just go between the pole and the... Yep, yep. It's okay. Good.